Hi there, I hope you're having a great day. This is Jennifer. I wanted to do a quick tip video on just some fun ways to create little notes to leave for people, just as a random act of kindness. A while back, I shared a kindness package that I created with lots of crafty stuff inside that I sent out to some friends. In it, I included these random quotes of kindness. There are some quote cards that I had printed, and I die cut them to be smaller, and they're perfect to just use a little piece of washi tape to tape it on the mirror for someone or on a window or tuck into somebody's lunch. I heard from many of you that you like this idea of a quick note to give to someone, and I will link to where you can buy these particular cards if you're interested. My friend is selling those. If you wanted to, you could also create your own, and I thought I'd do a quick video showing you some ideas on how to do that. So I picked some tiny little stamp images that were super happy, picked a tiny little sentiment, and I created these quick cards that are ready to go and just put a little personal note on the back. To create my little random quotes of kindness, I use this word bubble. It's the same one I used for the cards I showed you earlier. This one's from Simon Says Stamp. It's a great size, and you can just use this on the front of a card. You can stick it to the front of a card if you want to, or use it on its own. If you don't have a fun die like this, you can just cut your own to 3x4, or you can just do a circle die or whatever basic shape you have. Okay, and I cut some of these from Nina White cardstock and some from watercolor paper. Okay, so the stamps that I decided to use, I wanted to use something super tiny and cute. So I grabbed these planner stamp sets from Sakura Lala. I think that's how you pronounce it. The owner is super sweet, and I just think there are the most adorable little images in these sets. Again, you can use them in your planner, or you can use them on cards like I'm going to do today. Now, grabbing a few of these stamp sets really worked for me today because I didn't want to go searching through all my stamps and find tiny images I liked. And in these, there are a lot of images that are good for different occasions. I thought the dog was really cute here. A lot of these also you can stamp like a little scene with them. You can make it look like the dog is barking. You can stamp images on top of each other for some stamp layering. These are really well thought out stamp sets. Now, what I plan to do with the random quotes of kindness that I'm making this video is I'm going to have the teachers at my son's school write a message on the back of them. And then I'm going to take them to another school that doesn't have a lot of parent support and have them randomly given out to the teachers there, just little notes of encouragement. So you'll see that I'm going to choose some of these that are really good for like teacher or kid kind of cards. These stamps would also be good for cards for kids too, so you can make little lunchbox notes if you wanted to, or you can have your kids stamp with them and have fun coloring them. Now, I wanted to also mention that the owner of Sakura Lala, her name is Ari, and she is the sweetest person in the world. She sent me a stack of each of these stamps to give away over on my blog. She was inspired by the Share Handmade Kindness Challenge, so be sure to head over to my blog after you watch this to check out that giveaway. Also, if you're going to make some of these cards, just check out stamp sets you have. A lot of stamp sets have tiny little images that we often overlook, and they're perfect for these little notes. Since I'm using super tiny images, I wanted to keep my sentiments simple and small also. So I grabbed two of my all-time favorite sentiment stamp sets, and these are from Clearly Besotted. I usually use these with Versamark and white embossing powder against a dark background, but today I'm going to use them with just basic black ink to keep these cards very simple. I like that these have pretty much any occasion you can imagine needing in these sets, but I picked some simple ones like a little note and just because to kind of go along with the random acts of these little cards, just kind of go along with that feeling. So I have mounted both a little image and a sentiment together to save time on an acrylic block, and I'm stamping these with VersaFine black ink. You could use pretty much any kind of black ink that you want for this. Just make sure that it works with whatever coloring method you plan to do. I thought it would be fun to add little balloons coming out of the dog's mouth or tied to the fox's tail, just to add some fun to it, make them a little more playful. So I just drew the simple balloons, and I can't draw, so if I can do a balloon, I think you can too. It's very easy to add. Now I am using my fastest coloring method, which is the Zig Clean Color Real Brush, but you can use absolutely any coloring here. These are very small, so you don't need to waste your time doing any shading. You just want to add little pops of color. Since I don't plan to embellish these, I thought it'd be fun to add a little bit of interest using my Wink of Stella shimmer pen. So I'm just scribbling this over anywhere that I did coloring. And check it out, when you put it up against the light, it really just adds some fun shimmer that really stands out on these simple little cards. So my friend Heather and I had so much fun coloring these little guys. I just wanted to show you some of the different ones that we created with these stamp sets. Did, again, very simple coloring and Wink of Stella on all of them. So now all we have to do is have little messages written on the back, and then we can distribute them. These are so fun to have on hand. You could even attach these to gift bags if you're doing a birthday thing. It's nice to have things on hand that you can just give to somebody when they need a little pick-me-up. I hope this video inspires you to create your own random quotes of kindness. I just did a quick video. I wasn't going to share this in a video, but I thought, hey, if it inspires somebody, it's worth it. So if you are interested in the products I use, I link them in my YouTube description below, or you can click up here on the top left to go to my blog for the giveaway of some of these stamp sets. The two videos in the middle might be worth checking out. The first is the kindness package that I mentioned I created for some friends, and the second video talks more about the coloring method I used in this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.